very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you, and in the next 30 minutes we'll be getting you the biggest news stories that have developed in the last 24 hours that you might have missed but that are changing our world, and also be telling you what to expect in the day ahead, starting with the headlines. Farmers' organizations to meet in Delhi to decide future course of action. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister to sit on fast. 2 farmers commit suicide in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. Darjeeling SP removed. Mamata Banerjee seeks a special auditor for Gorkha Territorial Administration finances. GJM alleges Trinamool triggered violence. Army foils infiltration bid along the line of control. 6 militants eliminated in Uri in Baramulla district. Theresa May says that she will form government with the backing of a DUP party of Ireland, insists that despite poll results, Brexit talks will begin as planned. And Rafael Nadal to meet Stan Wawrinka in men's singles final at the French Open. Simona Halep and Jelena Ostapenko to clash for women's title today. Now, the SP of Darjeeling has been removed following the protests and bandh called by the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha on Friday. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee took stock of the situation last night and ordered an audit of finances of the Gorkha Territorial Administration. The GJM, on the other hand, blamed the TMC for instigating violence. The army was also called out in many parts of Darjeeling and adjacent areas to maintain law and order. Here are all the details.
A day after Gorkha Janmukti Morcha volunteers triggered violence in the towns, Darjeeling, Kalimpong and Kurseong observed a general shutdown on Friday. The roads were deserted as vehicles stopped plying. The state government requisitioned army presence in the areas near the border with Nepal and Bhutan. Tourists remain stranded at the Bagdogra airport. The airport authority said adequate arrangements were made for passengers.
हमने तो हम तो होटल में थे तो साइड में बसें चला दी थी, ऊपर से धुएं दिख रहे थे, फिर वो आंसू वाले बम फेंक रहे थे, तो इतना बस यही पता चला कि गोरखा लैंड की शायद मांग कर रहे थे वो लोग, और ममता बनर्जी आई थी तो उसके खिलाफ प्रोटेस्ट था।
तो आप लोग कब वहाँ से निकल के कैसे भागे वहाँ?
हम रात को ही सुबह 2 बजे ही हमने टैक्सी करी, यहाँ पे आए, फिर यहाँ पे सुबह से रुके।
आज के लिए जो हम लोगों ने किया कि नॉर्मली जो एयरपोर्ट 9 या 10 बजे तक ऑपरेशनल होता है, वो हम लोगों ने पैसेंजर की सुविधा को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने आज एयरपोर्ट को 5 बजे से ही सभी जो सुविधाएं हैं सबको उपलब्ध करा दी थी। जैसे कि पैसेंजर यहाँ पहला तो आराम से एंटर करके यहाँ पे वेट कर सकते हैं, जो रेस्टोरेंट की सुविधा होती है, और जो हमारे हाउसकीपिंग स्टाफ हैं, जो सिक्योरिटी है, और जो हमारा मे आई हेल्प यू काउंटर है, जो कि किसी को कोई इंक्वायरी करनी है, वो सब फैसिलिटी मॉर्निंग में 5 बजे से उपलब्ध थी।
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who was stranded in the hills, descended to the plains of Darjeeling district last night and took stock of the situation. She has been in the city for the last 3 days for a cabinet meeting. She has sought a special audit report of the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha-led Gorkhaland Territorial Administration's handling of finances within another 2 weeks. The GTA term is set to end in July.
I am told, লোকে বলছে খবরটা এটাই, দার্জিলিংয়েও 30% এত কিছু করেও রিগিং করে টাকা বিলিয়ে পয়সা দিয়েও 30% লোক ভোট দেয়নি। কালিম্পংয়ে যদি টোটাল বিরোধী ভোট যোগ করো তাহলে ওদের থেকে অনেক বেশি। কার্শিয়াংও তাই, মিরিকেও হেরে গেছে। সুতরাং এই যে একটা ঘা খেয়েছে প্রথম পাহাড়ে একটা গণতান্ত্রিক পদ্ধতি, একটা প্রক্রিয়া যেটা মানুষ নিজের রায় দিয়েছে, সেটাতে ভয় পেয়ে গেছে।
The state government also blamed Gorkha Janmukti Morcha and Gorkha Territorial Authority Chief Bimal Gurung for the situation. Also, the Superintendent of Police of Darjeeling has been removed from his post.
নির্বাচনে তারা দাঁড়াতেও সাহস পান না, যেখানে মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় প্রশাসনিক প্রধান, তিনি পাহাড়কে একটা নতুন ডাইমেনশন দিচ্ছেন, নতুনভাবে পাহাড়কে সাজিয়ে তুলছেন। সেই সময় জনবিচ্ছিন্নতায় ভুগে বিমল গুরুং অ্যান্ড কোম্পানি তারা যে হিংসাত্মক ঘটনা করেছে, এটা শুধু নিন্দনীয় নয়, এটা কোনো রাজনীতিই নয়, এটা হুলিগানিজম।
लेकिन ये सृष्टि टीएमसी का तरफ से हो गया। हम लोग तो एकदम शांति ढंग से वहाँ पर एक गणतांत्रिक ढंग से हम लोग काम कर रहा था। अचानक ऊपर में महाकाल थान से वहाँ से पत्थरबाजी किया टीएमसी का 4-5 लड़का लोग, और उसका बाद में हम लोग का बच्चे लोग का ऊपर में भी लगा और पुलिस का ऊपर में भी लगा, और पुलिस ने समझा हम लोग ने मारा और हम लोग ने समझा पुलिस ने मारा, ये विवाद हुआ। लेकिन ये सब एक क्रिएट किया हुआ चीज है।
The Gorkha Territorial Authority blamed Mamta for trying to impose her will on the hilly areas. They are also protesting against the imposition of Bengali as a second language in the hills, although the Chief Minister later said it would be optional.
हम उसको अलाउ किया, आप इंग्लिश पढ़ो, हिंदी पढ़ो, नेपाली पढ़ो, जो मर्जी पढ़ो, लेकिन 10th क्लास तक वो आपको सीबीएसई में भी नहीं देना पड़ेगा, आपको आईसीएसई में बोर्ड का परीक्षा नहीं देना पड़ेगा, लेकिन 10th क्लास तक कम से कम एक लैंग्वेज का ऑप्शन रखो, किसी के लिए जैसे आपको नौकरी का फायदा मिले। और दिस इज ऑप्शनल, दिस इज नॉट कंपल्सरी, दिस इज ऑप्शनल।
और अभी जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट है, रूलिंग जो पार्टी है, ये लोग भी चाहते हैं कि हिल का जो पॉलिटिकल पावर इन लोग का हाथ में आए, ताकि वो हिल का अपने तरीक़ा से चला सके। लेकिन हिल का जो पीपल है, ये लोग नहीं चाहते हैं। ये लोग चाहते हैं कि हिल का जो सिचुएशन, हिल का जो आदमी का जो सेंटिमेंट, ये हिल्स का जो है वो लोग अच्छी तरह सोच पाएंगे, इन लोग के लिए थोड़ा कुछ कर पाएंगे वहाँ सिचुएशन के लिए। इसमें ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट अराइज हो रहा है और इसीलिए टेंशन भी तैयार हो रहा है।
The problems in the hills have been festering ever since Mamta Banerjee won the Mirik constituency in a recent by-poll. The area is a BJP stronghold represented by its MP SS Ahluwalia.
Everyone knows that this is the time when most of the tourists visit Darjeeling, North Bengal and even Sikkim, because this is the route of all these areas where people come in summer. And this is the time when common people gets benefited in this area. But people are telling that due to clash of ego between Mamta Banerjee and Bimil Gurung, the whole of hilly areas are now empty and people are coming up there. People are at a loss. Who will pay for this loss is a big question. Akhilesh Soman for Rajya Television with camera person Sudhanshu in Siliguri.
All right, and now let's give you an update on the farmers' agitation. The agitation is gaining heat in Madhya Pradesh. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has announced to sit on a fast from today. Meanwhile, the centre has asked the states adjoining Madhya Pradesh to keep a strict vigil against the spread of the protests. Around 62 farmers' organizations from various states will meet in the national capital as well to decide on the future course of action. Meanwhile, the situation in parts of Madhya Pradesh's Mandsaur remained tense but under control, with no report of fresh incidents of unrest.
As Mandsaur in Madhya Pradesh remains on the boil, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan announced that he will sit on a fast from today and hear the farmers' grievances. Chauhan has promised to bring in a loan settlement scheme for farmers who defaulted on repayment. Promising a better price for their crops, the state government has constituted a 1,000 crore rupees price stabilization fund to help farmers. Appealing for peace, Chauhan said that his government will sternly deal with anti-social elements who are resorting to violence amid the farmers' agitation.
कल 11 बजे से मैं यहाँ नहीं बैठूंगा, बल्लभ भवन में नहीं बैठूंगा, मैं भैल के दशहरा मैदान पर बैठूंगा, जनता से किसानों से चर्चा करने के लिए बैठूंगा। मैं सभी लोगों से अपील करता हूं जो आंदोलन कर रहे हैं, आंदोलन अराजक हो गया है, आंदोलन स्थगित करें, चर्चा के लिए आगे आएं। जो जायज चीजें उन पर चर्चा करने में मुझे कोई परेशानी नहीं, आखिर लोकतंत्र में चर्चा से समस्या का समाधान होता है।
The centre has asked the states adjoining Madhya Pradesh to keep strict vigil against the spread of farmers' protest. The government is in touch with Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan and Maharashtra and sensitizing them against any possible protest by farmers. The Home Ministry has also dispatched around 200 personnel of the Anti-Riots Rapid Action Force to Madhya Pradesh. On the other hand, Congress in Gujarat has warned of launching statewide farmers' protest.
कुछ राजनीतिक पार्टियां जो कि आंदोलन को अनावश्यक हवा देने की कोशिश कर रही हैं राजनीतिक स्वार्थवश, मैं समझता हूं उन्हें बचना चाहिए, किसानों के हितों से खिलवाड़ नहीं करना चाहिए।
And on the day of the election, present Prime Minister promised that if they come back, they will waive the loan. So they were doing politics, not we are.
In a related development, 2 farmers have died in MP, one in Badawan village. The police say the circumstances of the death are unclear. Locals claim that he was thrashed by policemen on Thursday evening. A 45-year-old debt-ridden farmer also allegedly committed suicide in Sagonia village. The farmers' agitation reached the doorsteps of Bhopal on Friday with incidents of arson and stone pelting in Fanda area. Police bait and charged the protesters and arrested at least 27 of them in the area.
लागत बढ़ रही है, लागत दिन पे दिन महंगाई हो रही है, पैकिंग सामान का तो सरकार भाव फिक्स कर रही है, पर किसान का कोई भाव नहीं है, किसान गड्ढे में जाता ही जा रहा है।
इनके बारे में सर अभी तक कुछ किसानों के लिए तो कुछ क्या पहुंच ही नहीं पाए ना सर, अभी तक तो कुछ नहीं पहुंच पाए किसानों के पास तो कि सर कुछ नहीं है ना सर। अभी क्या है, आप मुआवजा माफ करने की बोला था कि बीमा ये करेंगे माफ कर देंगे, अभी तक कुछ नहीं हुआ।
Taking a cue from the farmers' protest in Madhya Pradesh, their counterparts in Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu have also swung into action. Farmers' bodies in UP have warned of protests. Expressing solidarity with the farmers of Mandsaur, UP farmers have threatened to cut off supply of daily essentials to cities from Sunday if the demand for a CBI probe into the police firing in Mandsaur is not met. Farmers in Tamil Nadu launched an indefinite protest in Chennai, pressing for their demands, including comprehensive drought relief. The protesters, led by P. Akayakannu, who had spearheaded a 40-day stir in New Delhi in April, urged the government to look into demands of loan waiver, drought relief package and setting up of the Kaveri Management Board.
Please keep your promise. Withdraw the case from the Supreme Court and give the pension to the farmers. Those who are above 60 years, even they have the son, even they have the daughter, even they have the patta lands. Because beggar is better than the farmer. Because we have no income at all. So we are demanding the central government give profitable price to the farmers. Till that we ask them the right of loans.
The farmers' agitation in the country worsened this week after 5 farmers in MP's Mandsaur were killed in police firing during protests demanding farm loan waiver.
Amidst the allegations and counter-allegations clamor of politicians, the life in Mandsaur is gradually coming back to the normalcy. But the farmer leaders who has been spearheading this whole agitation are saying that the amelioration of the pecuniary condition of the debt-ridden farmer is still a distant reality. In Mandsaur with camera person Sanjay Kumar, Ravindra Singh Shoran for Rajya Sabha TV.
News from the northeast of the country. Chairman of the Naga rebel group NSCNK, SS Kaplang, passed away on Friday. He is responsible for engineering many attacks on security forces, including the killing of 18 army soldiers in Manipur recently. He passed away at the age of 77 in Myanmar. Official sources said that he was ailing for quite some time and he died following a cardiac arrest. Shangyung Kaplang was a Hemi Naga from Myanmar and was based mostly there, where the outfit maintains several camps as well. Since the 1980s, the outfit has engaged in subversive activities, including attacks on security forces, extortion and looting. Following the Manipur ambush in 2015, in which 18 personnel were killed, the Indian Army carried out cross-border raids on NSCNK camps located inside Myanmar. The ambush on the army was carried out by the group despite it being involved in peace negotiations with an interlocutor of the central government. The government has snapped the dialogue and in September 2015 declared the outfit an unlawful organization for 5 years. SS Kaplang joined the Naga nationalist movement as early as 1964 and was one of the key people in the formation of the NSCN. However, Kaplang split and formed his own group, NSCNK, in 1988. News from Odisha now. The ruling Biju Janata Dal has called for a 4-hour hartal today in Western Odisha districts over the Mahanadi water dispute with the neighbouring Chhattisgarh. The hartal is being observed for 4 hours till 10 a.m. in Sambalpur, Bargarh, Jharsuguda and Sonpur. Essential services will be exempted from the strike. Now, the BJD has accused the NDA government of the centre of supporting the BJP government in Chhattisgarh for unilaterally and illegally constructing 6 barrages on upstream of river Mahanadi. Now, Now, Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik on the 3rd of June had written to Chhattisgarh Chief Minister asking him to immediately open the gates of the Kalma barrage and ensure free flow of water. As Chhattisgarh government closed the gates of Kalma barrage, the people of Sambalpur, Jharsuguda as well as Bargarh, Sonpur and many other districts have been facing acute drinking water shortage. Big story from Jammu and Kashmir. The army foiled another infiltration bid along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir as it took down 6 militants in Uri sector in Baramulla district on Friday. It was the 5th infiltration bid foiled by the army in 3 days, in which a total of 13 militants have been killed. Multiple attempts of infiltration across the line of control were also foiled at Machil and Nogam sectors in Kupwara district and Gurez and Bandipora district as well. The army said that the terrorist groups were being provided active support, including cover fire by the Pakistani army posts to assist infiltration into the Kashmir Valley. Home Minister Rajnath Singh said that the country's borders were more secure than before and would be further fortified to stop illegal infiltration. A day earlier, the Home Minister had said that he was ready for talks with everyone to resolve the Kashmir issue, adding that he will not put any conditions for the purpose.
हमारी तरफ से पहली गोली नहीं चलनी चाहिए, यही हमारी सरकार का मानना है, सबका मानना है, क्योंकि हम पड़ोसियों के साथ अच्छे रिश्ते बनाकर रखना चाहते हैं। लेकिन यदि चल गई तो फिर अपना सेना और सुरक्षा के जवानों का हाथ बढ़ा नहीं है, लेकिन पहली गोली हम लोग नहीं चलाएंगे।
India and Pakistan became full members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization or the SCO at the Astana summit on Friday. Speaking at the summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India may have got the membership now, but India's relations with the group are long-standing. He also asserted that connectivity among the SCO nations remains the top priority for India.
हमारी सदस्यता के समर्थन के लिए मैं SCO के सभी देशों का हार्दिक आभार प्रकट करता हूं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanking all the members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization for their support after India became a member on Friday. In his address at the annual summit, Modi pitched for coordinated efforts among SCO members to combat terrorism. He hoped that India's entry into the bloc will give a new momentum to the group in dealing with terrorism.
आतंकवाद तथा अतिवाद के खिलाफ संघर्ष SCO के सहयोग का अहम भाग है। मुद्दा चाहे रेडिकलाइजेशन का हो, टेररिस्ट की रिक्रूटमेंट का, उनकी ट्रेनिंग का अथवा फाइनेंसिंग का, जब तक हम सभी देश मिलकर इस दिशा में कोऑर्डिनेटेड तथा सशक्त एफर्ट्स नहीं करेंगे, तब तक इन समस्याओं का समाधान असंभव है।
Modi spoke on the need to enhance connectivity in the region and said it was the key to boost trade and investment. He also called for efforts by the SCO to tackle climate change.
हम चाहते हैं कि कनेक्टिविटी हमारे देशों की भावी पीढ़ियों तथा समाजों के बीच सहयोग तथा विश्वास का मार्ग प्रशस्त करे। इसके लिए कनेक्टिविटी इनिशिएटिव्स अथवा परियोजनाओं की सफलता एवं स्वीकृति के लिए संप्रभुता तथा क्षेत्रीय अखंडता का आदर जरूरी तथा इनकी इंक्लूसिविटी तथा सस्टेनेबिलिटी आवश्यक है।
Earlier, Modi met Chinese President Xi Jinping on the sidelines. They discussed bilateral matters and geopolitical developments in the region. This was the first meeting between the two after India stayed away from the One Belt, One Road Forum in Beijing last month.
Time of global uncertainty, India-China relations are a factor of stability. And as the world becomes more multipolar, it was important for India and China to work together more closely. I think there was also an understanding that where we have differences, it was important that differences should not become disputes.
Modi also met Uzbek President Shavkat Mirziyoyev on the sidelines of the SCO. The Prime Minister arrived in the Kazakh capital on Thursday for the two-day summit. Pakistan also joined the SCO as a member on Friday. India's membership was strongly pushed by Russia, while Pakistan's entry was backed by China. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
To the big international story, after the snap election that saw UK's Conservative majority in the House of Commons shrink to a minority, Prime Minister Theresa May says that her party will form the government with the backing of a DUP party of Ireland. The Prime Minister insists that despite the poll result, Brexit talks would begin on 19th of June as planned. But with a cabinet reshuffle and new Brexit goals likely after the election result, that timetable now seems unrealistic. British Prime Minister Theresa May leaving her Downing Street residence from a back entrance. This after her Conservative Party failed to get an absolute majority in the snap polls, getting 318 seats, 8 short of the 326 needed to secure a Commons majority. May had called the election early to shore up support for the Conservatives ahead of the Brexit negotiations. But the move backfired. However, May insists that she will put together a government with the support of the DUP, a socially conservative party that represents those who want Northern Ireland to remain a part of the UK.
At this time, more than anything else, this country needs a period of stability. And if, as the indications have shown, if this is correct, that the Conservative Party has won the most seats and probably the most votes, then it will be incumbent on us to ensure that we have that period of stability.
But Labour Party says it was the real winner. Denouncing May's plan to head up a minority government, the party says it was ready to form a minority government of its own.
The Prime Minister called the election because she wanted a mandate. Well, the mandate she's got is lost Conservative seats, lost votes, lost support and lost confidence. I would have thought that's enough to go, actually, and make way for a government that will be truly representative of all of the people of this country.
With the election result, though, Britain's exit from the European Union has been plunged into uncertainty. Formal talks on the UK leaving the EU are due to start on 19th of June. EU officials say May can postpone the date if she needs to. But with the final deadline for exiting the EU in March 2019, precious negotiating time would be lost if delayed.
The European Commission are ready to do business and ready to start negotiations. We hope that the UK will be able to form a stable government as soon as possible, and our negotiating team, headed by Michel Barnier, is very well prepared.
The Prime Minister is clear that, she's planning to press ahead with her objectives and her strategy for Brexit, but she is obviously now in a weaker position domestically, probably on some of the detail of what our future relationship with the EU is going to look like. She might come under pressure to maybe to go for a softer form of exit.
May has already ruled out a major cabinet reshuffle and most of the senior government members will maintain their posts. But before the Queen can open the new Parliament on 19th of June, the same day Brexit talks were meant to start, May first needs to draw up a budget and flesh out the policies of her manifesto to put in the Queen's speech. It is all a distraction at a pressure time for the Prime Minister. Bureau Report, Rajya, Sabha TV. News from the United States. Now President Donald Trump has denied that he told ex-FBI Chief James Comey to drop an investigation into former National Security Advisor, adding that he was willing to give his version of events under oath. Trump said that he was 100% willing to speak under oath about his conversations with Comey. Now, speaking at the White House, he denied having asked for Comey's loyalty. Comey says that Trump fired him because of his Russia inquiry. The former FBI chief was investigating an alleged Kremlin plot to sway last year's US election in favor of Trump.
So he said those things under oath. Would you be willing to speak under oath to give your version of those events?
100%. I didn't say under oath. I hardly know the man. I'm not going to say, I want you to pledge allegiance. Who would do that? Who would ask a man to pledge allegiance under oath? I mean, think of it. I hardly know the man. It doesn't make sense. No, I didn't say that, and I didn't say the other.
On to sports now. In the ICC Champions Trophy, Bangladesh produced a historic batting performance to stun New Zealand by 5 wickets in Group A encounter at Cardiff yesterday. Opting to bat first, New Zealand started steadily and looked poised for a big score towards the end. But some disciplined bowling from Bangladesh saw the Kiwis total restricted to 265 for 8. Now, captain Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor scored half-centuries for their side. In reply, Bangladesh had a horrible start after they were reduced to 12 for just 3 by some superb bowling by Tim Southee. However, a record stand of 224 between Shakib Al Hasan and Mahmudullah, both of whom hit centuries, saw the Tigers complete a stunning win with 16 balls remaining. The result eliminated New Zealand from the tournament but kept the Asian side hopes alive. Bangladesh will qualify for the semi-finals if England beats Australia in today's match at Birmingham. The hosts England have already qualified for the last 4 with 4 wins from 4 matches. News from the Roland Garros now. In 9 times the champion Rafael Nadal will meet world number 3 Stan Wawrinka at the French Open on Saturday in the singles final. In Friday's semi-final, Wawrinka defeated world number 1 Andy Murray in a grueling 5-set encounter. The 2015 champion Wawrinka was 2 sets to 1 down before coming back to win 6-7, 6-3, 5-7, 7-6, 6-1 in a match that lasted more than 4.5 hours. The Swiss hit a staggering 87 in a victory to reach his second Roland Garros final in 3 years. Meanwhile, in the second semi-final, Spain's world number 4 Nadal beat Austrian Dominic Thiem in straight sets to remain on course for a record 10th French Open title. The 31-year-old Nadal, who is yet to drop a set in this year's tournament, won comfortably 6-3, 6-4, 6-0 against world number 6 Thiem, who had earlier knocked out defending champion Novak Djokovic in the quarter-final. Now, a victory in the final will make Nadal the first man in the history to win 10 titles at one Grand Slam. Meanwhile, in the women's final today, Simona Halep will take on Jelena Ostapenko. Well, that's it from me and my team in this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching and have a great day ahead.